Hello, it's David Allen and you are watching Sporting Icons.
So the only way that we can see Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury versus Joshua, however, for Undisputed is either A, the WBO agree to allow their mandatory to be pushed back a little bit further, or B, Oleksandr Usyk accepts step-aside money. So far the WBO, they said, nope, Anthony Joshua must either vacate the belt or fight Oleksandr Usyk. For whatever bizarre reason, they're quite happy for that situation to play out, so they're not part of the bigger picture of the Undisputed. Oleksandr Usyk has, for quite some time, said, I don't care about Fury versus Joshua for Undisputed, I want to be Undisputed. Fight me or vacate the belt. That seems to be the situation up to this point. Well, Oleksandr Usyk has had a little bit of a change of heart and is open to the idea of Undisputed. And thank you very much to Joshua for forwarding on this article to me. Not the Joshua, but a Joshua, but still big up. And this is what Oleksandr Usyk had to say. All four belts might end up in the hands of one person. It might be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. We should all talk and communicate for that to happen because it's a really big event between Joshua and Fury. I still want to fight Anthony Joshua for the title. There are many factors for this fight to happen. My team and all the participants and all the interested parties are working on it. But there are still many people who wish to fight him as well, just like Tyson Fury does. So that is Oleksandr Usyk's statement. Now, Usyk's manager in Igas Klimas has said this. Giving up the WBO belt means that Anthony Joshua is scared to fight Oleksandr Usyk. It means he sees a big risk fighting Oleksandr Usyk and losing. That's what it tells me. If Anthony Joshua is 100% he can beat Oleksandr Usyk, then it's a different story. But if he's not sure, of course, he can give up the title. So that is Usyk's manager. Before we get into Oleksandr Usyk's statement, let's talk about his manager. Why is it that all managers or fighters, whenever it comes to Joshua, Joshua's scared, Joshua doesn't want to fight, what is it about them? Pulev's manager was saying the same thing, that Joshua doesn't really want to fight Pulev, he's scared. We've had Frank Warren say it about Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. Everybody seems to say it when it comes to Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua's scared. Anthony Joshua, according to everybody, all the managers, etc., and promoters, Anthony Joshua must be the most scared fighter on the planet. It's unbelievable. It really is. But it is what it is, okay? It's just absolute madness. There's no way that Anthony Joshua is scared of Oleksandr Usyk. We all watched Usyk take on Chisora, right? Why would Joshua be afraid? Okay. Still, Oleksandr Usyk, that kind of style, if he was to fight Joshua, he'd be doing something a little bit different than what he fought with Derek Chisora, okay? So you can never, ever write off Oleksandr Usyk, that's for sure. Now, when it comes to Oleksandr Usyk, what he's saying here is, and it's good for him, or good of him, I should say, that quite clearly he's stepping back and looking at the bigger picture. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for boxing fans to watch an undisputed heavyweight world title fight. Because the last one was way back when, Lennox Lewis. He was the last undisputed heavyweight world champion. But of course, Lennox Lewis, he never had the WBO belt because the WBO back then wasn't as relevant as to what it is now. Okay, so now Joshua Fury, if they was to fight, it will be for 4 of the major sanctioning bodies. WBC, WBA, IBF, WBO. Okay, so now it's 4. So the winner of that fight will not only be the next undisputed world champion, but the first 4 belt holder as undisputed as well. So there's a little bit more on the line as well from that point of view. But what Oleksandr Usyk quite clearly is recognising is that this may never come around again. It might not. Oleksandr Usyk, he's already been undisputed. He's been undisputed cruiserweight world champion. He's WBO mandatory because he moved up a weight division. Some people agree with the WBO ruling, some people don't. It's entirely on you. But that's the sense that I'm getting. But of course, at the end of the day, you can always look at it from another perspective. He can force the fight with Anthony Joshua. Joshua will go, nah, see you later, vacate the belt. Usyk will then go fight either Parker or Joe Joyce, however it may play out, for that vacant belt. At the end of the day, boxing, it's great to have all these belts, it's great to have legacy and things like that. It's called prize fighting for a reason. The prize is the money. Why would you not take huge step-aside money, because it would be huge step-aside money. Oleksandr Usyk will probably get a record step-aside. So basically, to do nothing. Just sit back, enjoy your holidays, go have an interim fight if you want, or just wait for the winner of Fury Joshua and then get the belt that way. Okay, so there are different ways of doing it. So effectively, he could get paid twice, couldn't he? He can get paid to step aside and get paid to go fight Joyce or Parker for an interim belt. Then the winner of that fight will pick up the full belt once the first fight with Fury and Joshua happens. Again, it's an option, isn't it? So in some ways, you could probably look at it and go, you'd be pretty mad to turn it down, because it's not like it's a Joshua, it's not like it's a Fury, it's not like it's a Dillian White. These guys who's made a lot of money already. Usyk, I'm sure he's done well financially. Of course he has. He won the World Boxing Super Series and that as well. As well, becoming undisputed in that. And of course, a couple of pay-per-views with Chisora, where, again, he was the B-side in that one, believe it or not, which is weird. And of course, when he fought Tony Bellew as well. So he would have made a bit of money, but not the kind of money where he could probably just retire right now and be okay. Maybe, I don't know. I have no idea what his financial situation is. But you're going to get a couple of £1 million to step aside, at a minimum. Maybe 5 million, something like that. Because essentially what a step aside would usually get is anywhere from about 50% of what they would have made had they have fought. So, for example, Oleksandr Usyk, if he was to fight Anthony Joshua, how much money would he make fighting Joshua? That's how it would be worked out. So he could get anywhere from 50% of what he would have got up to 100%. Maybe even a bit more. How desperate are Eddie Hearn, Frank Warren, Bob Arum, Fury Joshua to make that fight for Undisputed? If they're really desperate, then they'll just write out a blank check of sorts to Oleksandr Usyk, won't they? So Usyk is going to get paid to do nothing, really. And then when he fights for the WBA belt, guess what? He's going to get paid again. So from that perspective, you can certainly look at it from a financial point of view. But the way that he's talking is like Fury Joshua, Undisputed, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. He's speaking from the fans, but of course he will understand as well that the fans, most fans, would want Fury vs Joshua for Undisputed. If he insists on that belt being taken away, a lot of people could turn on Oleksandr Usyk. Usyk is becoming very, very popular, especially here in the UK. He's very, very popular. Some people may look at him and go, you what? Again, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, that's what's going on. Oleksandr Usyk, he seems quite open to the idea of stepping aside and allowing Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury happen for Undisputed. If not, just give me the belt. Or I'll fight Joshua, is what it is. But going back onto his manager, stupid talk. Absolute stupid talk. How can it be that Anthony Joshua would be afraid of Oleksandr Usyk if he's going to go fight Tyson Fury? Think about it. Anyway, drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you all in the next video.